Welcome back to Fair Shares Fractions. Today we are going to continue to be looking at equal shares, part 2. Once again, think about your favorite little treats. I have my brownie and I have my chocolate chip cookie sandwich. They're my favorites. But I'm willing to share. Think about if I had to share with Mrs. Curry, Mrs. Cunningham, and myself. I would have to take this brownie and share it equally between 3 people. So, throughout the examples we shared with you today, I want you to think about what happens to the pieces as the denominator increases, gets bigger. Remember, the denominator is the bottom number on a fraction, the whole amount of pieces.
Hi guys, so I'm glad Miss Terzini said what would happen if she had to share between herself, myself, and Miss Curry, because today we are going to be looking at the unit fraction 1/3 as one of our examples. Remember, a unit fraction is a fraction where your top number or your numerator is 1 and your bottom number or the amount of pieces you have all together, your denominator is a whole number. So this fraction is 1/3. So today, Miss Curry, myself, and Miss Terzini, we are going to share a brownie. Are you guys excited about sharing a brownie?
Yeah, I love brownies.
I love brownies.
And I like sharing.
You do?
Yeah,
With
definitely.
3 people?
Definitely. With the 2 of you?
Make sure my piece is equal, though.
I will. Okay, so I have to split this into 3 equal parts, into thirds.
Thirds.
So let me see, because thirds is kind of tricky. Do you guys think I could do here and here?
Remember, don't cut it in half, Mrs. Cunningham.
I'm not.
No.
This is gonna be a piece, and this is gonna be a piece. What do you
like-
guys think?
Looks good.
That looks like each piece is equal.
All right, let's try this.
Thirds can be a little tricky.
That's a piece, and this. Oh, it looks
Oh,
Okay.
There you go.
Perfect.
all right.
That looks like 3 equal parts.
So this is 1/3, this is 1/3, and this is 1/3 with our brownie. Miss Terzini is now going to show you how to do this with our paper brownie.
So when you have your paper brownie, you want to make sure that you very carefully, you take one end and you fold it in just a little bit. And I didn't even pinch it yet because I need to practice. Thirds aren't easy. And then I'm going to take the other end and fold it back.
That looks pretty even.
I know. Let's see if I have 3 equal parts. What do you think, Mrs. Curry?
Looks good.
1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 makes 3/3, 1 whole brownie. How'd I do, Mrs. Cunningham?
It looks good.
Excellent.
I like it. So here we have 1/3. 1 is our numerator, 3 is our denominator. This is the amount that each person would get. This is the amount we have all together. It's written as 1/3. And here is our pictorial representation. It is 1, 2, 3 pieces. 1 piece is shaded. Okay, so for my last example, I am going to look at the unit fraction 1/6. So this means that I'm going to have 6 pieces all together. So, okay, we just split our first brownie into thirds.
How are we going to get 6?
What if we split those thirds in half?
Okay, let's try it. Let's
All
see if that works.
So if we split our thirds in half, then Miss Curry, you can share your piece with Mr. Curry. I can share my piece with Taryn because she loves brownies, and then your mom loves brownies too.
She does.
Okay, so you can share your piece with her.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so 1/6, 1/6, and then this is what it should look like if I split it correctly. All right, so I'm
See?
going to use this brownie as my model.
Smart idea.
So I'm going to do thirds first, and then we said we were going to split those thirds. So there are my thirds. And then I'm going to take my thirds and I'm going to split it in half.
Wow.
So then this is 1 6 1 6 1 6 1 6 1 6 1 6.
Those look like 6 equal parts. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to take my paper brownie and do exactly what Mrs. Cunningham did. First, I'm going to fold my whole brownie into thirds.
Just like before, right?
Just like before.
Perfect.
So now I have 3 equal parts. And now I'm going to take my thirds and I'm going to fold it in half one more time. And let's open it up to see if I have 6 equal parts.
Looks
What
good.
do you think, Mrs. Curry?
Looks
6
good.
equal parts?
Yep.
There you go. There are our 6. What do you think, Mrs. Cunningham? Did I do a good job with my 6?
I'm gonna give you another thumbs up.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Okay, so now Miss Curry is going to show you from part 1 of our video into part 2 of our video how these fractions look.
All right, guys. So you were asked to think about what happens to the denominator when we split our brownie into more pieces. So if I take a look at my denominators right here, Mrs. Cunningham has so nicely laid out all of our pieces. If I take a look here, when I split it into halves, I'm getting a big piece of brownie. But when I split it into eighths and had to share with 8 people, my piece got a lot smaller. So when I think about this, I have to think about the bigger the number on the bottom or the denominator, the smaller the pieces are. So sometimes we don't think like that, but we have to kind of change our thinking when we're working with fractions. Because our denominator, the bigger the denominator, the smaller the piece. Because the more people I'm sharing with, the smaller my piece is going to be. Mr. Zane, did you want to add?
I was just going to add, we will always want to remember that for when the numerator, the 1 part is 1.
Yes, in a unit fraction, the 1 is always on the top. That's our numerator to know that it's a unit fraction. Ms. Cunningham, Mr. Zini, do you have anything else to add today?
Nope, I think
I'm ready to eat our brownies.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap mine up and bring mine home for Mr. Curry. All right, guys, so today your assignment is going to be on Seesaw. It's going to be the second half of that worksheet we did yesterday. You're going to get a rectangle brownie drawn on your paper. Your job is to split it today into thirds and into sixths. Like pretend that you're sharing your brownie with 3 people or with 6 people. We want to see what your brownie looks like. And make sure you color in 1/6 or 1/3, that unit fraction. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye!